want to be great, you got to work at it, right?
What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan, and this is the True Blue Aftermath. Let's get right to it, man. Everybody had this one circled on the calendar. It's New Orleans, week 5. We're better than New Orleans. We're definitely getting the W against New Orleans. It came out this week. The odds came out, and New Orleans was favored, and everybody was like, "Oh, why is New Orleans favored? Why are they favored over us? We should be the favorites. Why is Vegas?" Now you see why. We are the New York fucked up Giants, man. I tell you, I don't even know what else to say, man. What's going on? What's going on, Zion? What's going on? No Mets, no Nets, no Jets, man. Yeah, this is problematic. Today's like, okay, let's face it. There was points in this game. Obviously, Jackson Dart like a rookie that he is, and there was points where he's still like a future franchise quarterback. And I still believe this guy is the future of this organization. This is a joke. We have nothing. Where are you at, Darius Slayton? Where are you at, Wan'Dale Robinson? Where are you at, Jalen Hyatt? What the heck? Can anybody show an ability to step up on this football team? In the absence of Malik Neighbors, can anybody show an ability to step up? Daniel Bellinger, he came in. He showed up a little bit today. He did. Like I still continue to say, he should be a bigger part of this offense anyway, even more so than Theo. I feel like we just anointing Theo Johnson, the starting tight end, the number tight end 1. Sure, he got the 2 touchdowns. I'm not going to take that away from him. But come on. Bellinger has caught everything pretty much thrown to him this season. Pretty much everything thrown to him this season he's caught. Maybe we should incorporate him a little bit more in the offense. Figure it out. This is a joke. This is what I mean about this coaching staff. They're a joke. Look all around the league at all our former players showing off for their new teams. But this staff couldn't get anything out of these fuckers. Get Evan Ingram helping his team come back against the Eagles today. We're not talking about Saquon Barkley. Look at Daniel Jones just lighting shit up. I can't anymore with this team. Jackson Dart out there showed me a whole lot of heart. He did. But at the end of the day, you got those mistakes. You can't just look past them. You can't gloss over the mistakes. He's a rookie. You got to live and die with those, though. And I'm willing to live and die with him a little bit right now. Go through the growing pains. Because I know he right now has no playmakers on the field with him hardly at all. Cam Scatterboo, I believe in Cam too. I mean, he had to put one on the ground as well. But at the end of the day, I still believe in him too. But we need more. We need more. We need these veteran guys on this team to step up and show us something. Jermaine Illuminor. Worst game of the season for him thus far, by far. I've been praising him at his play at right tackle, and he went out there and just laid an egg today. I don't know what it is about the Superdome and the New York Giants, and what's the disconnect every time we go to play there. I can't figure it out. Why we can't play a good solid football game in the Superdome, why we can never come away with a W. It seems like in the Superdome. I don't understand. There's certain things that are just weird about this franchise as I've been watching through the years. It's just weird. And that's one of them. One of those weird, inexplicable things that for some reason we go to New Orleans, we find a way to just play some pretty shitty football. 5 turnovers on the day, 4 of them in the second half. Never going to get it done. Never is that going to get it done. I can't figure this team out. The defense, I'm on my chat yesterday talking shit with this defense. Spencer Rattler, the worst quarterback we've faced so far this season. Defense is going to truly feast on him. Yeah. Barely touched his ass. Barely touched his ass. I can't figure this team out week to week. You're going to have a bunch of idiots that are going to be out there throwing shade at Jackson Dart for his 3 turnovers a day. I know you're going to get that. You're going to get that. But if you watch the same kid I watched, I saw a kid that was giving everything he had. And if he just had a few more few more people to make some damn plays, anybody. I mean, Darius Slayton, you dropped a wide open. You dropped that bomb like it hit you right in your hands. Then you put one on. Then you put the damn ball. Then you put the ball on the ground in a crucial situation as well. We were in position to get points, and you put the ball on the ground right before the end of the first half, the first turnover of the day. I mean, I just don't. Jalen Hyatt, I don't. At this point, there's no more reason to give Jalen Hyatt a uniform. Just bring little Jordan Humphreys up, or sign somebody else. Bring somebody else in, and there's no more reason for Jalen Hyatt to get a uniform. He is so fucking useless. He is absolutely useless. I mean, he can't do shit. Once again, how in a game you come into a game knowing there's no more league neighbors and you can't step up and make any kind of a play? You can't make any kind of a play. I don't even know, barely even know he's on the field. That's how invisible he is. Why is he getting a uniform at this point? Get rid of him. Trade him for a bag of fucking chips for all I care. I don't even care. Just get rid of his ass. There's no purpose for him on this football team. No purpose whatsoever. Offensive line overall wasn't really terrible. The O-line wasn't necessarily terrible. I mean, you give up a little bit of pressure here and there, but that overall, I guess the addition of Andrew Thomas really has brought out something in this O-line, even though the guys talked about Illumino earlier having his worst game of the season. But overall, it wasn't bad what we saw from the O-line. But the 5 turnovers, man. Look, Newman here's the thing about Newman. I see you just throw that in the chat. Newman is one of those guys that just frustrates me to no end, because he's the guy that has that ability to make a great play here, and then next thing you know, then he's taking this poor ass angle on another play where it's just like that blitz when he was coming on that blitz. You had Spencer Rattler dead to rights, bro. What is going on with him and his pursuit angles? I don't understand how a guy can be so poor at that. At this level. How you can be so poor at this level, at the NFL level, at taking just terrible pursuit angles. Like every fucking time. I love Newman. I love this kid last year coming out of Minnesota. But look, it's making it harder and harder for me to defend his ass every week, because every week he puts on tape plays like that. Every week. I don't get it. Can't figure it out. One thing I do know is Jackson Dart is it. I believe that man is it. I don't know if these are the coaches to lead him to the next generation and take the next step. I just don't know. And I think this team is better off cleaning, getting rid of that garbage. Because this coaching staff it's just retarded. I don't understand me correct that. I don't want people to think that I'm on here saying, because it's a sensitive word now in today's world. So I apologize for that. But this coaching staff ain't it, man. They got to go. They got to go. This Shane Bowen, you got to go, because this defense ain't cracking like it should be cracking. This offensively, the play calling, it's not what it's supposed to be. It's not efficient. Now, sure, you had a couple of little clever things. That flea flicker, that was on Dart. He threw a bad ball. All he had to do was put some air underneath that thing, let Slayton go get it. But that's rookies. Like I said, he's a rookie, and you expect those mistakes from a rookie. I mean, you gotta expect that. But yeah, everything they gotta all go, man. It was Mosley Bookends. I see y'all in the chat too. What's up, man? I appreciate y'all coming in. But I mean, yeah, this game was definitely more on the players. I mean, the coaches to me didn't do us any favors, but this is still on the players. Like, players dropped the ball big time here. Those turnovers, those penalties, the penalties in the secondary. Now, I will say one thing. I personally feel like the pass interference on Deontay Banks that took the Holland interception on the board, I feel like that was a little bit weak. I feel like that was weak. I feel like that was a weak one. But at the end of the day, you get calls like that. I mean, we saw it late in this game. That roughing the passer they called on the Saints defender. Come on, man. That's what everything I'm talking about. This is football, and that was not roughing the passer. I mean, sure, the penalty went our way, made no difference, had no effect on the game. But that was, come on. This is crazy. But yeah, this is just I don't. This team hurts my heart, man, week to week. Like I said, I should have went to the airport again this week, and maybe we would have had a better result. Because it seems like every time I'm in the airport, stuck in the airport somewhere, the Giants play their best damn football. So maybe I should have did that. Because this is crazy to me. This is a bad New Orleans Saints team. That's not a good quarterback that we made look good today. Spencer Rattler looked like a good, competent NFL quarterback today, courtesy of our defense. And what got them going was that big 87-yard deep ball. Once they hit that, they never looked back. Never looked back once they hit that. It was it. They were just off and running the rest of the game, man. And it's just not it, man. This team is so devoid of talent, man. The fact that I sit here and I'll sit there on Wednesdays with my guy, the super dope co-host Adam Costas on the Real Deal NFC East Roundup, and I'll go back and forth with him, and he was telling me about this player being ass and that player being ass, and I'm sitting here trying to defend these players, playing my little devil's advocate, trying to defend these fucking bums who can't get open for that young quarterback, who can't get our young quarterback a good target to throw the ball to. I am sick of this shit that I watch with this football team. Oh, it's the quarterback. All these years it was the quarterback, and the quarterback had issues. Yes, we had issues at quarterback. But clearly, that ain't the only issue we had. Maybe our past quarterback could have had a little more success had anything else been even remotely decent around him. I don't know anymore. It's hard to tell because that quarterback is flourishing right now. He got to take the rest of the day off, as a matter of fact, because he engineered a fucking blowout. Got to take the rest of the day off and got to bring AR5 in today. Yeah. That's what he got cooking down there in Indy. But we sitting up here still with the same fucking problems. The same fucking problems. Don't understand it. You make it make sense. What's the common denominator now? We got some of these same bum-ass players, and we got these same bum-ass coaching staff. That's what the common denominator is. We need real playmakers. Need them out there. And like I said, defensively, Shane Bowen, I don't know what you be out there calling, man, but it ain't working. I mean, we're just getting picked apart by a very mediocre quarterback today. Picked apart. Can we figure out a way to defend the quick slant? Can you figure out a way? They was hitting us with that all game long. The whole damn game, whenever they needed anything, they could damn sure count on that. Like, and then the fact that this is the first game we didn't get a sack of all the games this season. This is the first one we don't get a sack? Like, come on. How are we not able to sack Spencer Rattler? How are we not able to put enough pressure on Spencer Rattler to rattle his ass? Oh, bad teams. We did what bad teams do, man. The Saints came into this game with 3 takeaways on the season thus far. They got 5 today. 4 of them in the second half. Great point, no Mets. We found something that Deontay Banks is good at. Hell of a return he had there that led to absolutely nothing once again for the New York Giants. Come out, look great on the first couple of offensive possessions, and then just all downhill from there. All downhill from there. Oh, we Record book again. Record book again today. New York Giants. 5 straight possessions, 5 straight turnovers. Yeah, that was us. Just turned the ball over the entire second half. You can't make this shit make sense, man. You can't make it make sense. This is a loss that is going to grind my gears because there were points in this game where we were just flat out outplaying the Saints and just could not take advantage of anything. And that's just fact. It was points where we were literally outplaying this football team. The way we even started came out and jumped on top of them the way we did, and to allow them to just patiently battle their way right back into it and never look back. Like I said, and it started with that long bomb, man. It started with that. Once that happened, they found a mismatch. Tyler Nubin paired up on Rashid Shaheed. Damn right. You take that shot every fucking time. Because that shouldn't be happening schematically. That shouldn't be happening. So you take that shot every time they did. And you seen what it did. It paid the fuck off. And they never looked back, like I said. These penalties. New York Giants leading the league in penalty yards a game. Hit with 95 more again this week. Come on, man. Those are the wrong stats to be leading the league in. Trying to think, man. Like, look, I want to try to speak on anything positive in this game. Wasn't a lot of it, honestly. Because after the first couple possessions, there just wasn't a lot of positivity in this one. Come on in, man. Just go ahead. I've been listening to me enough. Go ahead. What you got, man?
Nah, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here because I just can't understand what we're looking at, Mac. I just really don't understand what this football team is at this point. I know I was right there with you having optimism for the season. I want to go first off and say, obviously, this is not Jackson Deutsch's fault. I didn't even watch the first half of this game, but I was sleeping, to be honest with you guys. But the last half of this game, the second half, like, I couldn't imagine like us actually fucking winning. I'm sorry for cussing because it's just so confusing, and it really just starts with up top. Like, I'm just at the point where like I've been on fire everyone train, but like this team just needs a full on reset because we just don't have any identity. We always play down to teams' levels. Like I'm always like looking at these other teams around the league, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're not the worst because there's still this team and there's still that team. No, we are the worst. Like we are the worst of the worst. And like, just when it gets bad in certain years, right, you're like, oh no, it can't get worse. And then it just gets worse. And it really just starts with up top. The comfortability that these guys have in the players that they have on roster, I admit it baffles me. It's almost as if like it's like a sitcom in a way, like a parody sitcom of owners of a GM running a franchise. Joe Shane, I have a bone to pick with him because I'm not up there getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do these jobs. I'm thinking like, oh, what do I know? These guys are clearly smarter than me. And then I sit here and I watch this mess today and I'm like, wait, hold up. Maybe they're fucking not. Maybe they're just fucking wasting fucking money. And John Mauer, sorry that you just got diagnosed with cancer. Hopefully you beat it. But at this point, you need to really sit down and really think about what's the best for the organization, for your family's organization. Fuck your personal feelings. This is a 5-star organization, and it's sad that I even have to still say that, but this still is the 6th best organization in football, and it needs to be held to a standard that a 5th, 6th organization should be held to a standard as. We're operating as an organization that just doesn't have a clue on what it's doing. And when you sit up there, get into Joe Shane, when you sit up there and your comfortability in this roster to only adjust one position on the offensive side of the ball that hasn't been moving the ball lately up and down the field or can't get into the end zone, they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to get a quarterback in here and everything's going to be fine, right? You're not going to adjust anything on the O-line. You're not going to go out there and try to adjust anything on the wide receiver, right? Then you look and you have so much fucking pride that you're like, no, my receivers I pick is still going to perform. Well, guess what? Jalen Hyatt was getting free releases in fucking in Tennessee. Free releases. Nobody was covering Jalen Hyatt at Tennessee. That's how he was getting so open. That clearly, obviously, is not going to translate to the NFL. Don't you know that by now? You look at Robinson. Okay, yeah, you get some nice catches here or there, nice third down conversions. Guess who else did that? Oklahoma did that. Oklahoma couldn't stay on the fucking field. That's another one. Slayton can't stay on the fucking field. Just the receiving core is just. We always want to operate as next man up. We're not a good team. That term does not apply to us. Next man up does not apply to us. It applies to people like the fucking Eagles, like the Chiefs. You know, clearly if Baltimore can't even do next man up, look at fucking Baltimore. They can't even do next man up. They're depleted as fucking. They suck because of injuries. But yeah, Joe Shane, you're like, oh yeah, Malik's good. He ain't never gonna fucking get hurt. Slayton's all-time fucking catcher of the football. Don't even need to address anything. And I don't even care if it's someone like, and I hate even saying his name, but like OBJ sitting on the couch, and I'm not even trying to start anything like OBJ coming back, but at least even bring him in for a fucking tryout. No, you get these no names fucking practice squad people nobody hears about practicing. And okay, what do we need? What does Jackson Dart need next year? Well, probably a piece of the O-line, probably another number one receiver. So what? We're just going to fucking race the fucking season. We're going against the Saints. Oh, it's an easy win. We're going to win. We're not even going to fucking try to call fucking teams. Not even try to address. Oh, is even someone like fucking Alan Lazard available? At least I know Ibuka's doing wonders in fucking Tampa. Guess what? Godwin's back this week. Why don't we call Tampa? Try to get Godwin. Why don't we try to trade our fucking number one pick that we might even fucking use on a Mekhi Lemon, on the fucking receiver from college, and why don't we fucking use it on a T. Higgins? You think the Bengals are fighting for the fucking season with Joe Burrow out? It's just this team, just the comfortability of him just being like, no, we're good. We're just gonna, and then you give the team to a gremlin that can't coach. A fucking Gordon gnome that sits up there with his big sunglasses that smokes a fucking cigar, his fucking third win of the fucking year that one season, and he's saying like, I'm so like, I might need to get a therapist for being a Giants fan because this shit is irritated, man. It really is, and I'm sorry for blasting and going all off on your stream and swearing so much, but it's mind-boggling. And
this is the aftermath. I don't give a fuck. These comments here, like this is what I'm talking about with Brian Daboll too, and what the decision makers when they comes to the roster management. Like you bring up these guys, like you don't bring up little Jordan Humphreys off the practice squad. We're kind of short receivers, a little bit on the receiver end. As you've seen late in the game, once Slayton is hurt and he can't re-enter the game, now we're just down to what? Just Hyatt, Bo Collins, and Wandale Robinson,
Johnson,
essentially.
Go out there,
and you're pretty much
drafted, right?
And you're pretty much trying to use Theo Johnson as a wide receiver the rest of the way, basically for the most part. Like, just come on, man. Enough of this, just bullshit with this coaching staff too, man. Enough of it, man. I believe we're on to something with the young kid Jackson Dart. We're on to something with this kid, but don't let this fucking staff ruin this kid, man. Don't let this staff ruin this kid, man. I'm over it, man. I'm over these motherfuckers. I'm over watching them make just stupid decisions week in and week out. I'm over watching these bum ass wide receivers who can't do shit. I'm over. Adam, what you got, man?
Well, fellas, I had to come on. Saw my two co-hosts on here. Thought I'd pop on real quick. We suck. We absolutely suck. And you wasted an opportunity, a golden opportunity, to stack a win. All I heard all week, and I had a feeling waking up in the morning, I'm like, yo, something's not right about this game. Everybody's picking the Giants to win and nothing about the Saints. They're just ignoring the Saints. Well, the Saints did what they had to do. Okay? They bent, but they didn't break. When they had the opportunities, their defense scored. Our defense did nothing. This vaunted pass rush, 0 sacks. This vaunted pass rush, let Spencer Rattler beat them. Spencer Rattler. We laughed at him. All I heard all week was how bad this motherfucker was. And here he is throwing an 80-yard touchdown. Tyler Nubin, I don't know what you're still doing. This guy, every week there's an excuse. Every week, that's coaching. When the same thing happens every week, that's on coaching. That is coaching. Penalties, turnovers, that's on coaching too. Where's the discipline? Jackson Dart had himself a game in the first half. Second half, they adjusted, and like I told you guys, these receivers are booty. George Pickens, another touchdown. 5 touchdowns in 5 games. Wan'Dale Robinson, one big game against Dallas. Haven't seen him since. Darius Slayton, in the game. Need you the most. Rely on you. Pull your hamstring.
Coach.
There's nobody else on this team. Well, who do we sign? We sign a linebacker. Great. We don't bring in little Jordan Humphrey or nothing. We use Theo Johnson. We're forcing him the football because nobody else can get open on this team. And I'm supposed to believe that on a short week after the Eagles got their butts kicked, that they're going to come down the pike and be like, you know what? No, they're going to be licking their chops at this fucking team who can't do shit. Can't do shit. Do you realize how bad you have to be to lose to an 0-4 Saints team that hadn't won in 10 games since the last time they beat you? That is terrible. Absolutely, positively terrible. Spencer Rattler was 0-10 in the NFL. You made him look like Fred Tarkenton out there. He's running all over you. You're getting 4 yards a clip. Alvin Kamara, they're running down your throats. The Giants have no will. How do you make Justin Herbert? And I told you guys last week, the Chargers underestimated us. They're not going to do that again. And nobody will. Denver will not. Denver's going to look at us the same way. They got the Raiders they're playing next week. They're looking at the Raiders and the Giants. So we can get to 5-2 here. We can build it. The Eagles are coming down the pike. They're pissed off. They're angry. And they're coming to a wounded team against a Jackson Dart team that's here. And here we are. Brian Dable, I don't even want to talk about this guy. Like, your team was feeling themselves. The fact that you came out and lost this, the Saints played a perfect game almost. They didn't turn it over. Let me ask you this. What throw did you go to Spencer Rattler and go, oh, man, that was a head-scratching throw? Or, oh, man, they threw it in the gun. Not once. Not once. He was inaccurate, but that's because that's who he is. But there wasn't a throw where I'm like, oh, man, he put it into harm's way. They played a game in the realm of what they needed to do, and we couldn't stop them. They got 5 turnovers? You know how many we got? The same amount of sacks we got. 0. Okay? All these players that we're talking about, where is it? We need, when the team stinks like this, you need other entities to step up, whether that's special teams, whether that's defense, whether it's just, the coaching, right? You need other factors in here to win this game. And not one thing showed up today. Not once. You can only win so much on moxie from a quarterback. You can only win so much on that energy till he gets old. And he came down. I can't blame him for being a rookie and making rookie mistakes. Okay? I mean, and not to mention the refs trying to give the game back to the Giants, with these horrible calls they're doing. Like, this team could have been a blowout. They missed 2 field goals, 3 gimmies. This game could have been even worse. The fact you lose 2 touchdowns to an 0-4 team says something. And to me, this is the season. It's over. I don't want to hear any more optimism. I don't care if you call me a hater. The season, to me, is officially over. Okay? At 1-4, I don't think you're beating Philadelphia in a short week. I don't think you're coming back 10 days later with a good Bronco team beating them. I don't think you're going to come back a week later when Philadelphia may need another win to beat them again. So we're talking about 1-7 right now. That you're staring down the gun barrel of after 8 games. Okay? And it doesn't get any easier after that. And you're playing a rookie quarterback who still has some growing up to do. There's some flaws in his game that are still there. I don't mean to take up your time, but I'll land this plane like this. Okay? We need to stop feeling ourselves. This team was a throwaway year. But if this team ends up as a top 5 draft pick, everybody's got to go. Coach, GM, every one of them. And you can say, you know what, Jackson, we're going to give you a reprieve here and give you 1 more year and see if you're the guy with the next coach. And say to the coach, do whatever you want. GM, do whatever you want. This is your team. If they don't like Jackson Dart next year, that's on them. I can't force them to like this kid. He's got to play his way into forcing them to like him. Today, he made some rookie mistakes. He made some mistakes that cost you. Holding that ball, fumbling at a crucial time, that was not good. Scatterboo, listen, that was a great defensive play. That's called watching tape and a great defensive play. And look, What do the Giants do? How many times have you seen the Giants rally to the football? Nobody jumps on these footballs that are loose on the ground. Nobody. The ball gets punched out, and the Giants are standing there like, what's happening? Like they've never seen a ball drill in their life. And then what happens? The safety out of nowhere comes up and picks it up and runs 90 yards and touch. You know how rare that is? You know how rare that kind of touchdown is? You're driving, you have points, you can put points on the board and make it at least a competitive game. And this is what happens. And let's be honest, the Saints didn't do anything in the fourth quarter. They gave you the ball back every time. And you did nothing. And you still lost the game by double digits. I'm putting this all on the regime. I'm sorry, John Mara, that what you're going through. But if you can't handle the team, somebody's got to handle the team. Okay? And someone's got to make the hard decision of possibly letting both these guys go. Because this is a roster that was met by this GM. How do you not bring up another receiver? How do you not have another kicker recently? How are we, have nobody for Slayton? You didn't sign anybody during the week. You brought in guys on a Friday. What good is it bringing a guy in on Friday? What, are you going to sign him on a Friday and have him play on a Saturday? What is wrong with you? You knew that neighbors are out on Sunday. You waited till Friday to bring in receivers. You waited till Friday to bring in somebody. And not anybody on your fucking team, by the way, little Jordan Humphreys, who's been in the training camp since July. No, we're going to bring outside people who we have no idea who they know or how they do, or if they translate to offense. This team is complete garbage. Guys, I'll give the show back to you. Just wanted a few minutes, but damn.
Ooh.
Damn.
It's just, like I said, this team, all you can think about with this team is just utter ridiculousness, man. It's just ridiculous, man. What they do is silly. Like I said, you watch the same just buffoonery every
I want to be in a
week.
reality when the Giants are playing real good football. Like, what is this reality we're living in? You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know what I'm watching when I watch this team. I can't understand it. I can't make it make sense. I try to defend these guys. I try to. I do, Adam. Especially, I try to defend these fuckers.
And the
I
fact that
try.
Adam doesn't want to be white. He does not want to be white. But like me and you are like trying to defend.
I try to always give you counterpoint to your points. I always do. I try, and it's like they make me look foolish every week.
I'm trying to put egg on your face. I'm not trying.
They make me look foolish,
and I don't.
Because,
and that's why everybody thinks I'm a villain on this show. Because I come in and I dump on your parade. I'm like, ha ha, and I just shit on it, right? And you guys are like, don't worry, we'll be the comment. And then all of a sudden, what do the Giants do? They give you the fucking middle finger. They say, you know what, Zion, you know what, Mac? Screw you guys and the money and the time and all the stuff you've invested in. Mm-hmm. Screw that. Screw that. Screw Mac going to work, working his extra shift so he probably can be off on Sundays. Screw that Zion who wakes up halfway through the game
go to work tonight.
And can't even win. Can't even be like, oh, hey, I slept through a laugher. You know why? Because the Giants fucking stink. And it was rotten at the head. And I'm sorry, John Mara, for this. But if you can't do the job, you have to give the job to somebody else and say, look, I'm going to take a leave of absence while I'm dealing with this disease, this disgusting disease. However, so-and-so is taking over. And that person, whomever it may be, if it is you need to make that decision. Because this team, too many times, I'm scratching my head. I'm reading the article. Wake up Friday morning. I wake up Sunday morning. I'm getting my kid ready for his birthday party. And I'm reading about some booty-ass receivers who I've never heard of in my absolute life going on here. You're at the bottom. What are you at the bottom? You're not even you're in the clearance rack at fucking Walmart. You're not even in the regular rack. You're at the 50-cent store right now looking for a fucking wideout. Say, oh, what are we doing? Our due diligence. Yay. Then nobody gets any playing time. Nobody for a familiarity, right? Darius Slayton, I don't want to hear about him, Mac, anymore. I don't want to hear you tell me about Darius Slayton. I don't want to talk about that guy anymore. He is who I thought the guy was. He doesn't show up. He doesn't do anything. I don't want to hear about fucking Wan'Dale Robinson. Nobody has the right anymore to talk to me about Wan'Dale Robinson. If you want to bring up a conversation about Wan'Dale Robinson, I'm going to shut the door in your face because I'm done with that guy. Okay? Every week they try to defend me. Every week they tell me, hey, you know what, Adam, he's not does nothing. Does nothing. I don't care what you tell me. Does nothing. Okay? You can tell me it's coaching. You can tell me whatever. Does fucking nothing. Bo Collins, I can't blame him for being stupid. He's an undrafted rookie free agent for a reason. Jalen Hyatt, can you get open? My God.
No. How about Jalen Hyatt? Can you get the fuck off the team? Can you just go somewhere? Like I said, trade him for a fucking bag of nickels. I don't care. Just get rid of this guy. It means he means nothing. He brings no positivity to this football team. Nothing productive whatsoever. Does he not have a catch all year yet? It's now week 6. He still doesn't have a catch. Week 5 is wrapping up, and he still doesn't even have a catch on the season.
He does have a touchdown in the NFL.
You traded up for him. You traded up for him. You wanted him and Booty Cheeks Wandell to be your fucking your star trio, and all I get is Booty Cheeks, who drafted. That's what I'm calling him now, Booty Cheeks, because he doesn't do shit. And then you might as well trade. Give him to Kansas City. Kansas City needs a wide receiver. They need everything. Give him to Kansas City, and I guarantee you Mahomes would have that guy scoring touchdowns left and right. You'll be like, oh my God. And then you know what I hear? This is what I hear. You'll say, oh my God, why'd we get rid of Jalen Hyatt so early? We never gave him a chance. You dumb Giant fans. You always ride guys. No, we don't. They fucking suck here. We don't accept the fact that they suck, and we keep them here for as long as their contract goes. Because we're Giant fans. We don't fucking want to trade anybody. God for fucking bid. You get drafted by the Giants, and it's a scholarship. You know what? If I'm a college athlete, I don't want to be drafted by anybody else. I want to be drafted by the Giants because I know I'm going to get my salary for 4 years. I know I'm not going anywhere. I don't even have to be good to get my salary. Shit, I can collect my money.
Kadarius Toney doesn't even play football anymore. He got his money and left.
Exactly. Joshua Zudu, he's collecting checks.
He's
going bankrupt right now. I mean, look at Evan Neal. Evan Neal's getting a free buffet. He's getting $1 million to get a free buffet every week.
This is it right here with bookends, like with Jalen Hyatt, man. Like on that deep ball, that one deep ball, like the defender's running with you step for step. Like, dude, I thought the one thing you brought to the table was you're so fucking fast you can just run by defenders. Like, dude, you're not even getting separation. It was all over your ass. Like, I don't. And what's going on to two giant goofballs too, man. Shout out to y'all popping in. I appreciate you, man. Coming in, another sad New York Giant performance.
Well, you know what's funny? He says they got held. Guess what, Jalen Hyatt? You're a ghost on the field. They don't even know who you are. They're not going to give a call to somebody they don't even know. They're like, oh, who's this guy, number 13 running around? Is that Odell? Oh, no, that's some guy we don't know. We're not going to give him the flag. You know, it's not like Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors gets that flag. You know why? Because he's good. You know, like you don't get that flag, Jalen Hyatt, because you stink.
I said that watching the broadcast because I agree with you. I agree with the comment. And again, I think he was a little interfered with on that play a little bit. But let's face it, he's done nothing to earn that call. He's not getting that. They're not giving Jalen Hyatt, like you just said, I'm not giving Jalen Hyatt that call. You're just not that guy yet. You know what I mean? It was still pretty close, and they're going to get a benefit out to the defender.
And the guy that was on him was the one guy that fouled him wasn't good, but they had the Kool-Aid guy on him all day, right? Kool-Aid holds him. They're not going to call that because it's Kool-Aid. He's good. When you're good, it's like in the NBA. When you're good, you're going to get a call. The guy could put a fingernail on you. You're getting a foul, right? You're some 6th man off the bench, doesn't do shit, trying to get the same call that a Steph Curry gets. They're going to look at you like you have 5 heads. That's Jalen Hyatt.
That's facts.
I'm just saying, that's Jalen Hyatt. When you're going out there, the ref doesn't even know who you are. You got the cleanest fucking jersey on because you haven't played a damn game, right? They're like, look at you, like what the hell, right? And then this guy with the cleanest fucking jersey on gets his white glove on there. They're going to call holding for a guy that doesn't do shit. And you know what's even worse? This team was 0-4, the Saints that we played. And how can you not stack a victory? This is what the Giants they did this against Seattle last year. They won a 10-game losing streak. Okay, they beat Seattle. We're like, ooh, we beat Seattle. Fucking block kick. We didn't win a damn game last year. We also did it against fucking Cleveland. We won a game. We thought we were all that, and we couldn't beat a team. Everyone told me Spencer Rattler how bad this guy was. We made him look like Fran Tarkenton out there. This guy is running all over the field. He's pointing guys out, scoring touchdowns left and right. 80-yard bomb. If I had told you this year when we were sitting here doing previews, but hey guys, you know the guy who's going to throw the deepest football on the season is going to be Spencer fucking Rattler. You guys would have slapped the shit out of me in the summertime.
To the coaching, Adam. That's what I'm talking about with the coaches on this. Like I said, there's no reason in the world you should allow Tyler Nubin to get paired up on downfield like that on Rashid shot, like in one-on-one. There's no reason for that. That's terrible coaching. That's just terrible coaching. That's the mismatch all day long. I mean, that's just no way you should allow that to even happen. And it's just that's what I mean with these coaches, man. Like you said, I'm with you right there, Drew. Fire everyone. Everyone needs to go. I agree 1,000% with you. They must go because they are just they get out coached every week, no matter who we're going against. Like I said, we adjusted to nothing in this game. Everything was just like we just came out. Oh, we're going to do this, and if it doesn't work, oh well, we're just going to keep doing it anyway. Like, give me
we got our coach from a first-time head coach again. So it's almost as if like
we get coached every week for the last 9 years in a row.
I'm 11 years older than fucking Kellen Moore. You kidding me? He's a youngster to me.
Yeah.
And this guy just outcoached our coaches. Once again, pretty much every game this season, just about outcoached.
Yeah. Meanwhile, last week, Brian Dable's about to kiss Jackson Dart for winning a fucking game, and then we don't do nothing about it. So what are you kissing now? Nothing? The fucking ground? You walk like this is a game plan you came up with? This is it. You let Spencer Rattler talk shit to you during the week. Say they have booty ass coverage in the back. Booty ass coverage. You come out as a defense and go, well, and nobody's motivated. Not a fucking sack. How do you let a guy drafted in the 5th round who everybody was laughing at beat your ass?
I want to know how you played Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, able to sack all of those guys. You're able to get to all of them guys, but Spencer Rattler, he's the one. He's the guy right there. You can't touch Spencer Rattler. Hey guys. The closest thing to a sack was the Darius Alexander play, and that wasn't counted as a sack because it was a damn run. It was a design run. So it's like
robbed him on the stat sheet. They robbed him, but you know what I want to touch on? You talk about this offense. Where are the shots? I mean, you can't blame Dart for everything, right? He had a bad game. He had a bad second half, and this is what we were expecting, to have a bad second half, right? He was playing well, but this is what happened when Saints made a minor adjustment here, minor adjustment there. I said to Mac and to you guys, I texted you, I said, why are we forcing the ball to Theo Johnson? Why are we forcing it to him? Not like we're getting him open. We're literally throwing it to him in the end zone. We're throwing him on the pop passes. Like, is Theo Johnson all of a sudden, Tony Gonzalez out there? Last time I checked, he wasn't. And he gets beat up on every play. So to me, you got to come up with and I'm sorry, Slayton probably is not going to play on Thursday, right? So you got to come up with a better game plan because the Eagles are coming and they're going to fucking beat.
Oh, that's right. We play on fucking Thursday.
Short week. I get to miss that game. I'll be working that night, so I'm not even going to be able to see the game.
The Eagles are pissed. They just
good for your heart that you won't be watching the game.
They've got.
I might
probably be listening.
Not even want to watch it.
I'll probably be listening to it at least.
Listen,
I might want to boycott this damn team.
Philadelphia got beat by a team that was desperate to get back into the race. Okay, desperate to get back in the race, and I'm telling you right now, because of this loss, they're going to regroup on a short week, and they're going to look at what the Giants did, and they're going to kick our fucking ass. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear optimism this week. You need to be in panic mode. Every Giant fan, get the flag flying, fire this guy, because you didn't make adjustments on a quarterback that is young. I remember back in the Coughlin era, if we saw a young quarterback, we knew as Giant fans we were winning that game. We knew Spagnuolo was going to dial up something, and we was winning that game. Because we weren't going to let Spencer Rattler get the same coverage every time. We weren't going to let them know how to do that. We weren't going to get out-coached by Kellen Moore, who's on an 0-4 football team. An 0-4 football team headed for the number 1 overall pick. All you had to do was play a clean game. And I knew when that ball fumbled by Slayton, I said, that's the game. I said, there's all the momentum. There's the wind in your sails. And they went down the field with Spencer Rattler, and I thought they were going to score. They scored a field goal, the field goal they probably should have had. And there were times they kept giving the ball back to the Giants, and the Giants did nothing. 5 possessions, 5 turnovers. 5 possessions, 5 turnovers. One by your elite receiver in Darius Slayton, the guy you're supposed to be relying on, the veteran of the group, cost you
the captain of the team. The captain of the damn team.
Now, where is he at? On the bench, holding his helmet. holding his helmet. Way to go. Way to help your quarterback out there.
But this point here from Drew, real quick, too, I just want to touch it because I want people to understand this. This is like people need to understand this. Because like I said, there's going to be a lot of other over-dramatic fans that are going to sit there, oh, Jackson Dart, he turned the ball over, he turnovers, nah. Look, you got to take that with the rookies, man. It's going to happen with rookies. But overall, he did not play badly. It's just there's just no help. There's no help. What are you going to do when you have nothing to work with? You saw how frustrated he was getting at times with his veteran receivers? You can see it in his face. Like, what are you guys doing? Make a play. Somebody step up and make a play. This team does not have anybody with that ability anymore. With Malik Neighbors gone, this team has no one with that ability anymore. It's just we're going to see. Look, it's going to be tough for Jackson Dart going forward right now with this team way it's set up right now. It's just going to be tough. But I don't want any. You can't just get down on this kid.
It's rookie.
You can't. You got to understand the situation. And he's in a bad situation right now. And you're going to still get probably really good, solid football from out of this kid. I just don't want anybody to just jump off the deep end right now and try to think and think crazy thoughts like this kid. I think this kid is on to something. I think we're on to something with this kid. I just think he just needs the help around him, man. He really does. Well, and right now we just don't have that to provide for him.
They were talking about him, and there were some good things that he did, like throw the arm angle to get around the defender for a screen pass and do some certain things, right? The fumble was bad. That was him. He hesitated. The ball's a little slick. You got a little sweat on your hands. These things happen, right? I don't want to, exclude his excuses and say he's all rookie. He's got to play better as well, right? But you got to understand this is a second game playing against defenses who understand how to adjust, how to see certain things, how to make plays. That's what they did on the defensive side. They made plays. They stripped the football. They punched it out. They were doing that. I don't want to hear about Bobby Okereke anymore. He stinks. Muasau was respectable, but we lost McFadden. We can't stop the run to save our lives. When teams know when Dexter Lawrence out the game, I'm just run down your throat because no one can stop the run. Brian Burns, he plays all world, but again, he can't do everything. Kayvon Thibodeau, again, this is what I talk about in games, okay? This is what I talk about in games. You need to step up. Carter was blanked on this time, too. This is when the Giants are too bad of a team to start feeling themselves about beating the Chargers. You beat a team that gave you 2 turnovers, that didn't play their best football, okay? I don't know what the score is of the Charger game right now, but they were moving and grooving against Washington already, right? So I understand what they're going to be doing. So the fumble, yes, that fumble's on him. The other 3 fumbles are not on him. Okay? The interception down to the back, he's trying to make a play. Slayton, okay, bad throw. I get it. There was another interception he had. I forget what it was, but I think it was a tip ball because Bo Collins stopped running. Right? Again. Like he read it one way, Bo Collins read it another. Those are things that are going to happen. These are things that we expect to happen as a young quarterback. I guess what? There's going to be more next week.
Yeah, we kind of want it to happen to just get it out of his system too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. It's not going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't want Mac. I know what Mac is saying. A lot of people are going to blame him and jump off the bandwagon. You guys gave 6 years to a guy who couldn't even read a defense. Right. So now you're going to get mad at a guy who basically played his heart out in this game, did everything he could to try to win this game, and just shit happens. And what's going to have to happen now is you're going to have to find another receiver. Okay, you're going to have to figure things out because you can't win with a tight end offense with non-athletic tight ends. Okay, you can tell me all about Theo Johnson. The guy is stiff as a board. Right, he just is. He's just a stiff, big guy. Right, he can do some jump balls. He's okay, but he's still got a lot of learning to do. Dallin Bellinger, he's okay. What you should have done was kept Greg Dulcich, who he had a rapport with, and you could have kept him. And he might have hit a seam route, but instead you have Theo Johnson, who you're forcing the ball to because he's not familiar and has to build chemistry. This offensive line is not great at run blocking. Scatterboo makes up for a lot of things that people don't look at because of who he is. He fumbled this time not because he was bad, but because bad teams do bad things. And teams that are desperate, like the Saints, they don't stop playing because this is Appalachia State. They still play because you never know what contract or what team is going to call you up and say, hey, man, you're still going even though your team was bad. Hell, the Giants did it with fucking Bobby Okereke. The fucking Colts are lying down. left and right. The only guy playing on that team is Bobby O'Carrick. Driving like, oh, let's bring him in. And here we are. He chose to go to Miami because they weren't putting him on the practice squad, and he had a better chance with 3 or 4 tight ends in front of him. You had Fedoni, you had Theo Johnson, Manhurts, and Bellinger all on the fucking roster. I'm not fucking playing. They have Darren Waller over there. That guy's an injury waiting to happen. I have a better chance of playing in Miami.
Who scored another touchdown today, by the way?
Just saying. Right? Like, he's an injury waiting to happen. We got 4 guys over here can't do shit. So, anyways, guys,
every former New York Giant is just everywhere else just thriving. Everywhere else just thriving. I mean, in fact, I still can't get over the fact that Daniel Jones is playing the level of football he's playing right now.
Don't be shocked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to acknowledge it because his coaching staff is part of is really like starting to really.
Sometimes you go to a place. Yeah, and that person loves you more than we do. Okay, so he wasn't good here. I'm not gonna, you can't be mad.
I understand that. I understand that he wasn't good here. It's just the fact that it's just a frustrating thing watching. Evan Ingram scored a touchdown today too.
Know what?
Evan Ingram scored the go-ahead touchdown for the Broncos today. As a matter of fact, just watch all these.
Let it happen because the more that it happens and the worse that we are, the GM also has to go out the door. Because these are his moves as well. He decided he wanted to get rid of Gettleman's guys who are now maturing in the NFL and are now contributing to the team. He got rid of Barkley. He got rid of Evan Ingram. He let McKinney walk, who could have probably not made that tackle on that play. He got rid of guys. He didn't bring anybody in for Dexter Lawrence to help him out, to shade him. He brought in Brian Burns and signed to a contract who was only one on defense. He's brought in a Bobby O'Carrick that doesn't fit the defensive coordinator's theme. He did all this. The mess that he made, he can't just sweep away and pass over to Dable. He just can't do it. Dable's got to go with him. Dable's got to go with him because Dable's a horrible coach. He's a horrible coach. Okay, he is bad. He's bad on all fronts because we want to blame Shane Bowen. You are the head coach. Tell him to adjust. It's your job as a manager to sometimes understand. Maybe I need to, even as annoying as it may be. You know how your mom annoys you to fucking don't forget your lunch. Don't forget your lunch. You're like, Mom, I'm not going to forget your lunch. So one day she doesn't tell you to bring your lunch. You forget that shit. Do that shit. Be in his ear hole. Say, don't forget the blitz here. Don't forget to this. Don't forget to that. Because you're the head coach. The team runs through you. At the end of the day, if the coach fails, you're the blame. If the offense fails, you're to blame. So for me right now, let them all burn. You know what, Daniel? You have a MVP season over there with the Colts. Yeah. You know what, Ingram? You fucking go scorched earth endeavor. I hope you score a touchdown on the Giants in their front office. Barkley, I hope you get an 80-yard touchdown next week. Let it all happen. Green Bay, Penny, intercept Jackson Dart. Let them know because at the end of the day, it's got to all be rebuilt. It's got to all be rebuilt. And this is what happens. This is my last thing I'll say, and I got to go. Right, because I just want to pop in. I want to let you guys have your moment. You need to get a rant off my chest. Last thing I'll say is that when you build this house and you got rid of the pieces that you got rid of, you cannot then just blame the coaches for every downfall. You just cannot, because that doesn't work. You hired that guy who hired everybody else. So at the end of the day, it was your fault in hiring the guy. He shouldn't get a second chance to hire his friend because they doubled down on a bad quarterback. They doubled down on. They're doubling down on these idiots who went 3-14, and this is the result you get. And I hope they're all fired by the end of the year, before the end of the year. And guys, I will see you on Wednesday.
All right, brother. Appreciate you popping in. But Drew, I agree. I do agree with your comment here about Barkley. It was the right move to make that. It was time. That was the right move in letting them go in a sense. But it was the way in which it happened, which was all the wrong way. Like, how do you not get any kind of value for Barkley? You got to get value for that. You got to get something for him, and then let him walk out the door and end up being able to just sign with the Philadelphia Eagles. Come on, man. You got to trade Barkley away to the AFC some fucking way, man. You got to just make moves like that. And the fact that you sat there and allowed that to happen that's the thing that Barkley did, Bob. It's not. He was, to me, the most understandable player out of all these guys we've been talking about. In a sense that they made the most sense in this, like letting them go, but you got to get something for him. You can't let him go and get nothing for Barkley. You can't do that. You just got to get some kind of value there. But You got any final thoughts, Azan? Because I got to get ready to
Yeah.
wrap this up too. Because I got to get ready for work.
No, I was gonna say that even with Daniel Jones, we was never ever gonna get that version of Daniel Jones. I just felt like we would never have everything working at once with this pathetic franchise. When you look at the Colts, I mean, like one of the top O lines in the league, one of the top defenses in the league. They got rippings on offense. They got a coach that actually knows how to call football games. You know, it's just as much as I hated Daniel Jones in his final year, that guy took so much bruises for this franchise. And he bled for this franchise, that it's kind of go ball out, like Adam said, right? So for all those ex-Giant players, I hope you guys all ball out, like Adam said, for John Mara can actually, hopefully get rid of this regime and bring in a regime that can actually coach football and bring back coaching good football to the tri-state area, because that's what the city needs, man. And I'm not even from New York, and I can't even imagine, fucking how it is, the difference from a winning culture to a losing culture, and it sucks. But hopefully we can get back to the right spot in years to come. But it's going to be a tough matchup on Thursday. You have a blessed day. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I'll see you on Friday. If anything, Mac, enjoy your day at work.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks
Absolutely.
for stopping in, Zion.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Let's get it.
But yeah, just get ready to wrap this thing up, man. This is another tough day. Another tough day in New York Giant history. Once again, that voodoo came on once again down in the Superdome in New Orleans. This team can't figure out a way to figure it out down there. Whenever they play in New Orleans, it's never usually a good result. But I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for everybody coming in, tuning in to the chat. Thanks for Zion and Adam popping in and weighing in. Shout out to Drew over there, Two Giant Goofballs. Appreciate you popping in, man. Make sure y'all go sub up to the Two Giant Goofballs. They do great work over there, man. Catch them on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I believe, live, man. Great podcast, always entertaining, always a good time in their chat, man. Always a great time. Great vibes over there, man. Bookends, Mosley. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Everybody else that popped in, appreciate y'all, man. Anybody else that popped in, new to the channel, make sure y'all go sub up to Mac the Giants fan. Don't cost you a thing, man, to hit that subscribe button, hit the like for my streams, the videos. Keep supporting the channel, help me grow, man. I really appreciate it, man. He said, I'm sure he's watching, like he don't miss that dumpster fire. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't, Bookends. I'm sure he don't, man. And I'm happy for Daniel Jones, actually. I am happy for him, man. For what it's worth, not for nothing. We all gave him a hard time here. A lot of us did, myself included, man. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's finding some success and he's having a good time playing the sport that he obviously loves, man. So once again, I do appreciate y'all popping in. I'm going to get ready to get out of here, man. And probably won't be able to do Aftermath on Thursday night because I'll be working. And I won't even really probably be able to watch the game. So I probably won't be with y'all on the Aftermath Thursday night. But you can definitely catch me on Wednesday with another edition of the Real Deal NFC's Roundup with myself and Adam Costa, super dope co-host, man. And I'll catch y'all next time, man. Enjoy the rest of Sunday afternoon football. Peace. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants Fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants Fan. That's MACDA Giants Fan.